Good morning, good morning. Let me put it on live chat. And good morning, good morning. I have pinned a link to the membership if anybody wants to become a member of the channel, and you get special emojis and a shout out on a Saturday. Yeah. Oh, guys, I'm just not feeling it today at all. But I wanted to come on. It's Friday. Oh, trying to fix my fan. Is that better? I've got the big fan there. Should I put that on? No, that'll be whizzing in your ears. I'll put the big fan on now. I'll wait. Have I done everything right? Live chat link. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning. Do you like my cardigan? Do you like my cardigan today? Good morning, Karen. No, Daisy's digging up a storm. Look. Listen, I've got some props for a video, right? And it's not fetish videos before people start thinking it is. People like the sound of these things. I'll show you. I was going to do it last night, but I had a terrible thing happen to me last night. I'll get into it in a minute. I bought these for videos, right? Rubber gloves. And not only is the packaging nice and crinkly. Good morning, Robbie. Good morning. Right? Not only is the packaging great, but the sound of the rubber gloves on my camera will sound great. So I got a pair of yellow ones. Hallie baby, good morning. Helen, good morning. I get these. These are better ones. I think these come right up to your armpit or something. These rubber gloves. These are serious rubber gloves. They ones not so much. These are serious ones, but they've got wee patterns and stuff on them. So again, nice crinkly wrapping. And then I got a pair of pink ones. So that's for a future video. Plus, I've got things that you put on your fingertips that's lights, right? I've got lights for my fingertips. I was going to be doing these videos last night, right? But I took an absolute mental breakdown last night. I don't mind telling you that. I actually took a mental breakdown last night. I was crying and screaming and everything last night. I couldn't breathe. My chest hurt. I think I just everything just piled up on me last night. I phoned for my prescription. Open-minded, good morning. I phoned for my prescription last week, right? Because one of my tablets, right, bear in mind, see, all my tablets, none of them gives you a buzz, right? None of them. My tablets are like blood pressure tablets, my cancer drug, the metformin that I'm on, right? That's the drugs that I take, these kind of things. I'm not allowed the good stuff. The good stuff messes with my breathing. So even when I go into hospital, I'm not allowed the good stuff. I've got to wear a band of shame saying do not give her any good medication. Anyway. So I don't know what I've done with some of my meds. I don't know if I've threw them out. I don't know if I've took too many. I don't know what I've done, right? But I had one of my medications, my cancer drug. I was looking at it and I was like, there's only a few pills left. I better phone for my prescription. Lo and behold, it's Friday the day, right? Anyway, I'd phoned for the prescription last week. Peter goes up yesterday. We've not got any prescription for you. So that was me. I was like panicking and I couldn't breathe. And I was like bawling my eyes out, thinking, what am I going to do? It's like the end of the world, right? It just felt as if it was the end of the world. Right, I can wait a few days, but I don't know. It just seemed so thingy last night because I've got so many to take now. I've got a long one to take. I've got fizzy ones to take water out your lungs. I've got all these. I can't cope anymore with the amount of tablets I'm taking. Right, I just can't cope with it anymore. So I took an absolute mental breakdown last night. I'll need to apologise to Peter. Peter was like, he felt responsible because he'd went doing in the prescription, wasn't he there, right? And he was saying sorry, but I couldn't even. I'll say to him, so I'll apologise when he gets up. But my dad gets a wee tray with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, his meds on it like that, right? And he knows if he's took his medication, if he's to take them, they're all sorted. They're all sorted. So tomorrow after I visit my mum and my dad, I'm going to go to Asda to see if I can get, because I think Asda do them the trays, because I physically can't, I don't know what I'm doing. I pulled my wardrobe out. I was under my bed looking for my cancer drug. Everywhere I was looking, I managed to find 8 tablets, so I'm good for 8 days. I'm good for 8 days. So I'll need to go to Asda tomorrow and say to them, look, I need help here. I can't cope with this amount of, I don't know what I'm doing. And see if somebody said to me, oh, you're taking that tablet, what's that tablet for? I've no idea. I couldn't tell you what the tab. Now people might think I'm irresponsible. Maybe I'm as in 1 year. I've got that many. I don't know what the hell I'm doing anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. I was on the phone to Sophie, absolutely bawling my eyes out. I've got a thing here. I've got a box there. It doesn't help. I need the days of the week. I need Monday meds, Tuesday, Monday morning, Monday night, Monday afternoon. I need it sorted for me. So, and I know that my dad's got a great wee thing. It's a wee tray, and you get a month's supply, and you know what you're doing. So that was that. I was going to do a couple of videos last night, but instead I took a nervous breakdown. I felt couldn't breathe. My chest was tight. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to end up in the hospital again. There's going to be an ambulance sitting outside my door again. That's what's going. Men with the stretchers. I was holding my chest like I couldn't breathe. I had, anybody who's took like a panic attack understands. It feels as if you're taking a heart attack. I was like, couldn't breathe because I'd got myself. And I don't think it's just because of the tablets. I think it's just everything has just piled up and piled up and piled up to that moment when I just absolutely just I just went last night. Maybe it's what I was needing. Maybe I was needing that. I don't know, but my eyes, if you'll see my eyes are my eyes are like dogs' boys. That's what we say in Glasgow. I've got eyes like dogs' boys today. I couldn't sleep. I was under my bed. I had the wardrobe pulled out. I was in my bag. I was hunting. Oh. I know. See, this is an open mind. I've been trying my hardest to hold it on. I've been really trying. I've been really trying to hold it. And even my poor dad. I was on the phone with my dad. My dad's in Falkirk. Like, he's a bit away from me. I was like, I wish I could give you a cuddle and stuff like that. And I'm bawling my eyes out on the bloody phone. As if my dad's not got enough to deal with. He's got me, like, being crazy. Oh, Harley, baby, I felt like that last night. And I'm greeting again. I feel very fragile at the moment. I just feel very, very fragile that anything is setting me off, right? Anything. I think I've just got to that stage. I've just got to I knew it was going to happen. I thought this is it. I'm going to end up making myself physically ill with everything that's happening at the moment. And there you are. It happened last night, but this morning I'm still feeling very fragile. So see if I end up crying to you, I apologise. I can't help it. The waterworks are just, I don't know, in motion now and I can't stop it. And I've got a sore head now. Everybody knows when you're crying too much, you get sore. That was my night. That was my night. So we didn't get doing the rubber gloves, but I will get doing them once my face is a bit better. And as I say, I've got these lights for my fingertips. Now, no, everybody's going to enjoy that because people are sensitive to lights. A lot of people like it. I quite like light trigger ASMR. So I'll have all these lights on my fingers. I think I'll take them in mean soap. Where's my violin, Ashley? You're right. Where's my bloody violin? Hold on. Here it is. There's my wee violin. And where's this one? Hold on. Oh, no. There we go. Good morning, I was on my knees last night, screaming. I was poor Peter had to witness that last night. I, I don't know what happened. Just the medication, just something in me just snapped. Something in me just absolutely, I couldn't breathe. And I'm holding my chest in my room and I'm thinking, oh no, I'm going to end up in the hospital again. I was like, oh no, they're going to have me in ICU, ICU, oh no, Lord. And I was going, ow, ow. And then I was going, oh my God, is that a pain in my arm? Is that a pain in my, I'm taking a heart attack now, I'm taking a heart attack. It was all happening. I've never been to a spa. I've never had a spa in my life. Do you like my spookies? I think it's time. It has been in my bedroom, and I'm thinking today's the day the spooky cardigan's coming on. But I lost it last night. I absolutely lost it. I'm glad I didn't end up in the hospital. It was a close call. Raking my room for my cancer drug, like some kind of, I don't know, like, and as I say, I promise you, none of my medication gives you a buzz of any sort of way. All my medication is stuff to keep me alive. That's it. My medication is just to keep me alive and not have cancer. That's my kind of treatment. And the thought of no having it, I just, because I phoned last week and I was like, what's going on with the prescriptions? Harley, baby, thank you. It's a spooky one. Feeling spooky today. Oh, I'll have a look at that, Ashley, that wee thing. But my dad at the chemist actually make them, the pill sorter, so I don't need to even sort the pills. I don't need to end with the pills apart from take them. And they come, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and ice pills are Monday morning's pills, Monday afternoon's pills, Monday evening pill. It's all like that, like they sort it out for you, and that's what I need because I can't cope with it anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what happened. Maybe I've tossed a packet out. Possible. Possible because my head is up my ass at the moment. I don't know what I'm doing. I've probably picked them up and put them in the bin instead of putting them, in my unit. So that was it last night. Last night. In my bed, like absolutely bawling my eyes out. It was like crazy. So I've been sitting here since about 6 o'clock this morning, just sitting here playing my Animal Crossing, just trying to recover and take some paracetamol from my sore head. Oh God. My dad this morning's going, now you need to look after yourself. You're the only person I've got left. You need to look after you. And I'm going, I know that. I'm crying again here. Ashley, I've got that many. They'll not fit in a drawer. Ask Sophie about. I know my meds. See, when that Pierre's coming out of the chemist, I know exactly if he's got all my medication because my medication comes in 2 and 3 bags full of this stuff. Because they gave me shampoo and all that too. Look, they gave me bottles of shampoo. F the shampoo. I need the life-saving tablets. They had the shampoo, aye. The chemist had the shampoo and the scalp treatment, aye. Did they have my medication to keep me alive? No. So, and it's Friday. Nothing happens on a Friday or a Saturday or Sunday. So I'll be waiting till Monday now to phone the doctors again. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm being cheeky the day open-minded. People are going to hate me for this, but I'm my cheeky sugar-free Red Bull. That's what I'm having. I'm having a sugar-free Red Bull. That's what I'm having. I know it's bad for me. I deserve it after last night anyway. I need it. I need the caffeine. For goodness sake, I need some caffeine in me. But I'm overwhelmed with it all because for January they've put me on about 7 different other medications and it's all long stuff. I've got fizzy tablets to take in the morning and that takes any fluid at my lungs. I've got other, I don't know what they're for. I've got other ones that's long tablets. I don't know what that does with the lungs, but it did something with the lungs. When I went for my wee lung test, the guy said to me, you're on the full whack of long tablets now. If these don't work, we'll have to move on to injections. That's what he said to me. That's how much tablets I've got. I've maxed out in the long tablets. Any more that I need long tablet wise is injections I'm getting. That's what's going to happen to me. Film crew, no, I've not seen them. But so one of my, I can't remember who it was, somebody had messaged me and said something about that they watched that. Oh, but it's no Highlander, it's Outlander. And I keep saying to people, listen, they're filming like 2 seconds away for us, Outlander. That's, oh, are they there? It will not be Outlander down there, though. It'll be something else. It'll be another thing. It will not be Outlander down there. But they go down the Glen and stuff like that. I've took you down the Glen, mind. I took you to the most romantic place in our village, our town. Pip, good morning, my gorgeous Pip. How are you doing? Lovely face. Oh, it's nice to see you, Pip. I took a mental breakdown last night in the house. I was going to put my rubber gloves on and stuff like that for a wee cheeky video, but the universe had other plans for me last night. I know, I don't know what it is about our town and people want to film in it. I mean, you've seen the review that I put up on my Facebook. We are dubbed the crappiest town in the whole of the United Kingdom. That's where I stay. Look, wearing that badge with pride, right? We stay in the crappiest place. Do you like my thing? Yes. But the film, I don't know if it's because we're cheap. We're cheap as chips. I don't know if they're like, oh, you can film here. He's a tenner and you can film. Maybe it's our filming. I don't know much about how to film, but I think it's probably cheap if you're wanting to do a movie, film here. I bet you it's cheap. That's why they're all here. The film Outlander down the Glen, but I took you there, remember? I took you to the most romantic place ever. And we sat down there. Brigadoon, oh my God, there you go. Listen, don't go there when it's misty. I'll tell you that, Ashley. Or maybe go when it's misty. They might, I don't know. If there's a fella that's looking for a Scottish lassie, you know where I stay. Yes, I'm wearing a Halloween top. I felt F at the day after the night I had last night. I thought I'm wearing my Halloween top. Aye, the dovecot down the Glen. Now there's Sylvia, good morning. Bonus day days. Am I saying it right? Bonus days. Good morning to you. Good morning. I don't even say that. Put that into the universe. I need a UFO ride. Do you know what Sophie said to me this morning? Can you remember back in January? And I'm telling you that I had a bottom cannula, right? No, I had a normal cannula, no cannula. Aye, it's a cannula, isn't it? No, it's no. It's not cannula. It's a. Oh, what is the tube called? Hold on. What is the medical name of it? Catheter. There you are, Linda. Use your words. Catheter. Catheter, right? I was telling you, like, I had a bottom cannula catheter in me, right? It wasn't a bottom catheter I had in me. They were giving me an enema. So they were right, a really bad enema. And it was painful, I remember that. But Sophie had said to them, keep her knocked out for that. keep her knocked out for that because she's got a thing about aliens and UFOs. If she wakes up and you have got a bottom catheter in you, and she's going to think that she's getting probed. Sophie said that to the doctor. My mum's got a thing about UFOs and getting probed. Oh, jeez. she said that to me this morning. I didn't know she'd told the doctor that, but listen, I'm lying there, my tongue hanging out, and I've got the bucket under the bed for that. I've got the catheter in. You know, I'm an absolute stunner. That's why that was it. She says, "Don't wake her up. Keep her sleeping. Keep her sleeping if you're going to be doing that kind of thing to her, because she's going to think she's in an alien spacecraft." You must have been thinking, we've got a right one here, guys. We've got a right one. Watch her when she wakes up. But I remember waking up and going, oh, with the pain, you know, like, what the hell's happening to me? But I was saying to you, I've got a bum catheter in. It wasn't. It was the full wacky. It was a power hose, is what it was. It was a power hose. My ass got hosed powerfully. I know. I had the tubes in everywhere. I had the tubes all wrapped around the leg and all this kind of stuff. And then the one time they put it in and the pee wasn't really coming out like that. And I'm thinking, you know, it's been in a while and there's been no movement in this tube. And she went, might need to flush it. And I was like, oh, Jesus. And I'm sitting in the bed going, oh, like that, squeezing, like, come on, please. No more flushing. No more. I've been flushed enough this year. Leave me alone. For F's sake. See, sometimes I'm like that. It's usually when I go on holiday. As I say, I've got to take both types. I've got to take the laxatives and I've got to take the constipation. I've got to take the laxatives and I've got to take the diarrhea tablets because my bowels know when I move anywhere that's not this house. If I go anywhere that's not this house, that's it. My bowels are going to go. Just you watch this. You think it was bad in the hospital. Wait till you see what's going to happen to you now. Please don't, bowels. Yes, that's right, Carolyn. I don't. I had the thing in my neck. It's at this side. I've got a mark anyway, but I had the thing in the thing in my tube in my neck thing, and I was going like that and grabbing it and pulling it, and they're going, "No, don't pull that out." And I'm like, what is this? What's this thing here? I'm pulling it. But do you know what I was thinking as well, right? I watch a lot of crime documentaries and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people that the police go and do an interview, right, when they're in the hospital. See if the police would have come up to get an interview out of me while I was in the hospital, I'd have been telling them about nurses trying to unalive me and I should have scalpel. Right there, should the scalpel. I'm sitting with my phone going like that and going, watch this, I'm buying stuff. I'm buying things. Am I not? Oh. Do you know what they give you? They give you in hospital fibre sachets. That's what they give you in hospital. Because remember, I had the other problem the last time I went in. I'm telling you, I'm a very clean person, right? I don't know many times I've got to say that. I'm very, very clean. Always wash my hands, sing happy birthday while I'm doing it, all that kind of stuff. I shower regularly. You know, I change my drawers every day, right? So I'm a clean person. But I've obviously ate something that had, not to be too much information, but eggs in it. Jeez. I don't know if it was a hospital food or I had got I'd got a curry before I went into hospital. It could have been in that, right? It's been in something. But I had the terrible, terrible problem. I went to the toilet and there it was, worms. Now, I know people are never going to look at me this, that's disgusting. Oh, fine, stop there. And that is what it is. And there was me and three nurses like that looking down the toilet at the devastation that was all going on in the toilet pan. And I'm going, I don't know how this happened. I'm a very clean person. Very, very clean person. Very clean. They gave me one tablet that kills all that's going on, right? Kills it all. And they gave me some of the fibre stuff, laxative stuff. It's terrible. But the girls were taking the mickey out of me. The girls in our group chat had worms like that, and I'm going. They even told the grandson, "Granny's got worms," and he's going, "Granny's," and I'm going, "Don't say that," and I'm going, "No, no, worms are in the garden. The worms are in the garden like that." I was so embarrassed. As if things weren't bad enough, the universe again just thought, you know what, she's just not had worms yet. Give her it. And see, the thing is, see, lying on my bed, knowing what was happening inside my own body, it was like, oh my God. And then after I took the tablet, right, and the laxative thing, and I'm thinking to myself, I can't look down the toilet because it could be, can you imagine? I don't even want to look down the toilet. And I never, I had a couple of bowel movements, did not look down. And all was well, hopefully. Oh, I know, put a sign. They're not like, do you know, our hospital, this is the disgrace, I think, right? Our hospital, it was Mother's Day, remember? Because it was Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day, and the wee woman that was next to me, a wee old woman, she'd everything wrong with her. I mean, she really did have everything wrong with her. Her bowels weren't working, her bladder. She couldn't eat or drink. She had to feed and tube. She was just a wee shame for her, right? Well, her daughter and her grandkids came up and all the rest of it before Sophie and Peter had come up, and they'd brought her cards. So she'd put her cards on her wee unit. One of the nurses came in and went, "Oh, you're not allowed them up. Not allowed them up. You're not allowed cards anymore in the hospitals. Did you know that? That's a thing now in our hospital. You're not allowed to put your cards up." I don't know what damage cards are going to do because people are allowed in the hospital. I'm pretty sure a card's maybe got the same amount of germs, if not less than a human being. People come in and out of the hospital, you're not allowed some cards. I think she was just a meanie. I think she was just mean. It was a shame for that wee woman. That was the wee woman that, on. I mean, your patience is thin when you're no well. And she talked an awful lot, but I didn't mind that. You know, I would sit and talk about her and stuff. But see at night, she would have a light show. At night, I don't know which. At night, she'd have a torch, right? But she wouldn't just have a torch. It would be all about the place. And it was like I was listening to the Prodigy, so I was loving it. I was loving it. But I was like, this is like a rave, like in the hospital. Like, I should a light show every night with a wee torch. There's not allowed any greeting cards at all. Animals, yes. See, when I was in intensive care, a wee woman, a couple of beds away from me, her man or brother or something brought a wee dog in. I don't know if Daisy Doo would have liked it. I think Daisy Doo would have, I don't know. I don't know what was wrong with it. I mean, you don't like to ask, especially in intensive care, right? You know what I mean? It's a bad, listen, I'll have the memories for the rest of my life. This stuff that was going on in bloody intensive care that I, never get out of my brain. But this wee woman, they were bringing the dog in, so she was getting a wee doggy. But God forbid you'd bring a greeting card in, put it on your desk. Aye. I think she was just a meanie, that nurse. Sometimes, most of them are angels, but you do get the odd one that's just a meanie. Oh, Pipsy's lovely. I missed Daisy. Do you remember I was in one of my, I was like just recovering. I was in, what do you call it, ICU delirium. I was delirious, and I'm in the hospital bed, and I know I'm going like that. I'm going like this on the bed, going Daisy, Daisy, like that. And then I looked up and I'm like, where the hell am I? And I'm like, how? And I'm saying to the nurse, I got out here last night. How am I back in? They're going, no, no. No, you've been in here, Linda. And I'm going, no, I was out last night. I was away home last night. And I was home and I was in a helicopter. There you are. And my wee bungalow was separate from any other house. It was just the bungalow. And there I am in a helicopter, and I'm rising like that. I don't know if I was going to heaven at the point. I was rising up, and I was looking down at Peter and his partner, who were collecting scrap metal. Like that. So I was like, no, I was in the house. I was home last night. I got here by helicopter. Just you try and relax, Linda. And I'm going, why does nobody believe me? I said to Sophie, please bring the wheelchair. Please bring my wheelchair, Sophie. I need it. I need the wheelchair. Because they were putting me in this kind of forklift thing, is the only way to describe it. It's like a long apparatus that you put your feet and you hoist yourself up on it, and you're in a kind of standing position, right? And there's a wee kind of seat thing that you can just, but you're basically in a standing position, right? And they wheel you in and out the toilet. It takes you 20 minutes to get into the bloody thing. By the time I get into the toilet, I was like, I think I've had a wee accident again. I think I've had an accident. Right, so I was like, please bring it, because I can get in it and into the toilet quick, you know, because the things were all happening, and she came up and she never had the wheelchair, and I was going, no! Oh. So I was going, it's okay, Mum, it's okay. I'm going, you never brought it up. She never realised how desperate I was to get the bloody thing. But then she did get it up, and I was whizzing about. I was away to the shop to try and find anti-diarrhea tablets. Managed to wheel myself there. Name every other medication, cough syrup, everything. Laxatives, there they are. Anti-diarrhea, nope. Way back to the ward. No, she said it was for hygiene. Pip, this is the thing. It was clearly for a hygiene thing. You're not allowed the cards for some reason. As I'm saying, I'm pretty sure humans have probably got more germs and stuff on them than a greeting card. But there you are. That's what she said. So you're not allowed it. Oh. See, I did have one of the times I did have a room of my own. That was the time right after the delirium. I went straight for the ICU. I was when my brother had passed away when I was in that room. That's and that was the morning. I swear it's to my dying day. I felt the bed dip as if somebody had sat on it, and I thought a nurse had come into my room. There was nobody there, and I was like, that was weird. And then an owl hooted outside my window, and I was going, an owl? I'm still delirious, ain't I? And my brother had passed that morning. I think he had come back to me to say, right, get yourself out the bed and get home and get on with it. I think that's what he was saying to me. But aye, that was what a year, guys. What a year this has been. And I wonder why I break down. You know, I've been building up so much. And that was just that last night. That was it. Me doing that with my meds again. Like, I don't know what I've done with them. I have no idea. Know that they would want to take them, because who wants to take somebody's cancer drug, you know, or a blood pressure tablet? They want a blood pressure tablet. You know what I mean? There's none of that going on. Selling them here. Like, you're not with a blood pressure tablet and a metformin. It's none of that going on. I just don't know what I've done. This is the thing. I just don't know. I think he did open minded. I think that was him coming to say goodbye to me that morning. Forever I'll keep that in memory that he did. That was him coming to say goodbye. Because I never got a chance to see him, because I was obviously in the ICU. Well, I was on a ventilator for 10 days, and then I was in the ICU a wee bit longer than that. So I never got to say goodbye or nothing to him. So I think that was him coming to say, get your ass out of bed and get on with it, Linda. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I know it's been a hard year, but I will get, and it's no fetish video. People like crinkly sounds. And the rubber gloves will be nice as well. I'm going to be doing that. I'm not opening them until I'm doing my video. I'm interested about these bad boys because they look as if they come up to your elbows. That's for some deep cleaning, isn't it? Deep clean. These are just regular marigolds. These ones, these are just regular. These bad boys, these are for like right down your toilet pan with these. No fear. I could have used these in the hospital. I love yous. I love yous all so much. And listen, I keep it real and I tell yous all about my life and stuff. And I'm happy that he's listening and have a wee laugh at me as well. Try and make things better in my way because I've still got that a-hole in my village and Animal Crossing. See the a-hole kangaroo that I've been trying to get out my island, hitting him with my bat and stuff. That's my net, hitting him with the net and everything, get out the island. No, he's there for the long run. He's the only villager that's been there since the start of the island that has not moved. I've tried everything. I've tried talking to him because somebody said, talk to him, don't ignore him, talk to him, and then he'll go. I've been talking to the a-hole. He's still quite rude. And he's got the other villagers in the house with him, and they're all, I've got a feeling they're all scheming behind the scenes. Violins and hearts. Yeah. I'm away to play my wee violin, but I'll be back tomorrow with my member shout out and I'll let you know how Mum is. Oh, I never got to tell you. Mum yesterday, my dad had went and it was basically exactly what I thought it was. There was a judge though and 3 lawyers and my dad. And the lawyer from my mum had said to my dad, you don't need to say anything when you're in here, right? So I'm like, what am I going to say? So we went in and they had to introduce ourselves. So my dad and I'm, James, and I'm our husband and all that. And it was basically the hospital have now got authority to give my mum whatever they think she needs, medically wise. It's out of me and my dad's control now. Now it's up to they've took over. So that's basically what it is. We've got no more say now of them. They're not going to be. They won't be bad. It's an actual hospital. They're not going to be bad to my mum, but they can administer whatever they feel is necessary for her. But I love you all so much anyway, and I'll be back to see you tomorrow, and hopefully I've got all the crying and stuff out my system. But I love you so much, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone.